Hi, thanks for joining me as we take a moment to reflect on the career of one of the finest greyhounds ever to grace the Plainfield Greyhound Park Oval, J.L. Rat. You know, it was right here in these TV 26 studios in New London that we tracked J.L. Rat's remarkable pursuit of 100 career victories in the summer of 1991. Now that was an exciting time, but it represented only a few short weeks in what was a memorable 2.5-year career. That career saw J.L. Rat become the winningest greyhound in Plainfield history and the 4th leading winner of all time. J.L. Rat, owned by Jack Morris and trained by Ken Murphy with wife Maria and son John of the John Lingle Kennel, burst onto the Plainfield scene in July of 1989, winning 9 of his first 12 races. Slight of build, the Rat quickly moved to the forefront of the Plainfield racing scene. He even impressed longtime fans such as Bill Nicholson, who would become a J.L. Rat diehard.
The name J.L. Rat intrigued me to begin with, and so I watched him closely, and then I heard stories about how he was the run of a litter and that he really wasn't wanted and that type thing. And I said to my wife, we come to the track, as you said, quite often. I said to my wife, I said, this is going to be a great dog. He perhaps had won 2 races, and from that point on, I just watched him escalate to A and never drop out of it.
It didn't take long for J.L. Rat to score the first of his 5 career Plainfield Stakes titles, winning the 1989 King and Queen Stakes in September. 2 months later, the Rat's second stakes title came in the Plainfield Sprint, where he coasted home by 3.5 lengths over BC's Ray Ann. The Murphy family was becoming accustomed to trackside ceremonies. By the time 1989 racked up, J.L. Rat had 25 wins in less than 6 months. He was on his way to superstardom. He entered the 1990 season with 11 straight victories and took off from there, scoring 5 more in a row to break a 24-year-old New England record. But just when it seemed the Rat would never lose again, he came up just short in his try for 17 wins in a row, dropping a 1-length decision to Missy Valentine in February 1990. Only 6 months into his career, J.L. Rat was already being mentioned in the same breath as many of Plainfield's all-time greats, such as Jamie's Lane, When I Do, Blazing Red, and others. But there was one Plainfield all-time great who was still on the scene, Bold Point. The explosive, controversial Bold Point and the surprising Rat met 5 times all told, with J.L. Rat taking 4 victories. Bill Nicholson makes the comparison.
I made comparisons myself, but it was hard to make a comparison because, as you say, Bold Point was getting old, and undoubtedly he was a great dog. And J.L. Rat was a young pup, and he came up, and it would have been interesting to see both of them run together at the same age, even though it was impossible. That would have been some match.
J.L. Rat's rising reputation and Bold Point's legendary status caught the eye of folks throughout Connecticut, as these promotional clips from New Haven's Teletrack attest.
The lure is in motion. We've got co-favorites on the board between number 1, J.L. Rat, and 6, Bold Point, both at 1-to-1 odds. It's post time. And they're off. Race in motion down the front stretch. 1 out over the 5 with the 6, 8, 2, 7, 4, and the 3. Into the first turn, number 1, J.L. Rat leads the way, followed by 6, Bold Point, and down the back stretch. 1, 6, 5, 2, 8, 7, 3, and the 4. Into the final turn, it's still number 1, J.L. Rat. Bold Point in striking distance. They bring it down the home stretch. 1, 6, and the 5 race up to the wire.
Plainfield Greyhound racing action. Get on a roll Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Wagering on the dogs at Teletrack. Racing fans, Plainfield Greyhound Park was the site recently of a milestone in dog racing democracy. Patrons of Plainfield Greyhound Park elected a field of 8 top dogs to compete in the People's Choice Stakes. Run at a distance of 1,650 feet, The People's Choice Stakes again pitted arch rivals Bold Point and J.L. Rat, as well as top sprinter Missy Valentine. We pick up the call from the Plainfield track announcer.
Ready to roll. And the favorite on the board, number 4, J.L. Rat at 6-5 odds. It's post time. They're off. Going out of the box and down the front stretch, number 4, J.L. Rat with the lead, quickly followed by Bold Point and the 8-3-5-1-6-4. Into the first turn, it's number 4, J.L. Rat, and then number 7, Bold Point down the back. J.L. Rat leads by 3 lengths, and then there's a gap over the 3 and the rest with the 6 and the 5 into the final turn, number 4, J.L. Rat on top of the pack. The board favorite leads it. It's 4 with the 7 going up to the wire.
J.L. Rat and Plainfield Greyhound racing action, the People's Choice. Get on a roll Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Wagering on the dogs here at Teletrack.
1990 would see J.L. Rat take 2 more stakes titles, the People's Choice Championship over Bold Point and his second King and Queen. Another big victory was this final round win in the Tri-State Classic against top competition from Lincoln, Hinsdale, and Seabrook. J.L. Rat compiled 37 victories in 44 starts in his first full year, earning Plainfield Greyhound of the Year honors. He made the finals of the prestigious Grady Sprint at Wonderland, and his combined total of 42 victories, including off-track wins, led the nation. He was nominated to the All-America team. But the best was yet to come from J.L. Rat, the remarkable 1991 season. J.L. Rat's career was barely into its 17th month as 1991 commenced, and he already had 62 career Plainfield wins, 67 overall. His 83% win percentage was unheard of, and he was in the money for his fans, a remarkable 92%. J.L. Rat was about the closest thing to a sure bet as there was in Greyhound racing. And in '91, the bettors came out strong as J.L. Rat piled up win after win, nearing the 100 career victory mark by midsummer.
Once in a great while, a greyhound is born who runs a little faster, a little harder, a little stronger than the rest of the pack. J.L. Rat is about to do what no Plainfield Greyhound has ever done before. See a legend run now at Plainfield Greyhound Park.
J.L. Rat Pack fans turned out in big numbers starting in late July as the Rat made his climb toward his 100th career Plainfield victory, something no other Plainfield Greyhound had ever done before. The Rat's legendary chase spawned a frenzy, and J.L. Rat's image graced television screens throughout Connecticut.
The Rat ran last night and won. He's fast, exciting, and his trainer, Ken Murphy, is enjoying his success.
This dog is the best dog I've ever handled in my life. He's the smartest, easiest going dog. And he just does everything right. He minds his own business and all of that. He's a top caliber greyhound, and he knows it. J.L. Rat likes to break to the front and just go on with the race. If he does lose a race, he pouts until the next time he races, and he loses the race, he gets mad, and he pouts for a week until he goes again, and then he does burn it.
By the end of August, J.L. Rat had already achieved 100 career victories, but his 100th Plainfield win was about to come. With 99 wins, a huge crowd turned out on Labor Day Sunday, September 1st, but the Rat's achievement would have to be put on hold for another week. Peg's Triple pulled off the upset, beating J.L. Rat to the punch out of the box and going on to a 3-length win. J.L. Rat had his first crack at 100 career wins. As the crowd watched in anticipation, Peg's triple beat the Rat out of the box and held firm all the way, winning by 3 lengths in a major upset. The Rat goes again this Sunday afternoon. The following Sunday, though, no one would leave disappointed as J.L. Rat, in classic fashion, avoided a potentially disastrous encounter in the first turn to go on and score the historic victory.
Post 8 at 2 to 5 odds, J.L. Rat of the John Lingle Kennel. And they're off. It's a 2 with the early lead over the 8-3. 8 making its move on the outside. Into the first turn, it's the 2 on top. 3 making a move now down the backstretch. The 3, Penrose Lou. And here comes the 8. 8 driving in from the inside. J.L. Rat down the far turn. Out of the far turn to the home stretch. J.L. Rat on top. 3 challenging to the wire. 12th race has been declared official. Your winner, post 8, J.L. Rat from the John Lingle Kennel. Your returns are 210, 280, and 220. Well, Rat Packers, there you have it. And we refer you down trackside by the finish line for pictures with J.L. Rat.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and now with J.L. Rat's 100th career Plainfield victory, it's time for our grand prize drawing. Congratulations to the John Lingle Kennel trainer Ken Murphy and J.L. Rat. J.L. Rat is now the only Greyhound in Plainfield history to achieve 100 career wins.
There was one last stakes race title, his 5th, in Rat's arsenal. This won the championship of the 1991 King and Queen Stakes, J.L. Rat's record-setting 3rd career win in this event. And he even scored it with his best time ever, 30.10 seconds.
And they're off. $10,000 King and Queen Stakes down the first stretch. It's the 4 and the 6. DLB's Broadway and J.L. Rat. J.L. Rat taking the lead, running the turn. It's the 6 in front down the backstretch. Bulgy Bear racing second with the 4 and the 3 with the rest. Back out in front, J.L. Rat with the wide lead heading around the turn. The 2, Bulgy Bear racing second in the 4. DLB's Broadway following out of the turn. They're heading for the wire. In front is the 6, J.L. Rat.
With the close of 1991 came notoriety, a 3rd appearance on the All-Plainfield team, a 2nd nomination to the All-America team, a record-setting Plainfield total of 50 victories in 1 year, and a trip to the prestigious Coors Superstar Invitational in Multnomah, Oregon. As 1992 arrived, J.L. Rat had virtually done it all. With his truckload of records, J.L. Rat eased into the twilight of his career, and on February 5th, J.L. Rat entered the starting box for the final time.
And they're off. 6th race here at Plainfield Greyhound Park. The 7 moving right to the rail. The 7, 5, 1, 2, 8, 4, 3, and 6. Heading around the first turn, Paris Boy still in front. It's the 5 challenging on the inside. J.L. Rat down the backstretch. J.L. Rat taking the lead from Paris Boy. 5, 7, it's the 2. Bulgy Bear racing 3rd. Running the turn, 5. It's the 7 dropping back out of sight. The 2, Bulgy Bear, they come out of the turn with the 5, 2, 3, all racing to the wire.
The win was J.L. Rat's 120th career victory, 115th at Plainfield. With retirement at hand, Plainfield fans had one last chance to honor the finest sprinter in Plainfield history on Sunday, June 28th. Under sunny skies, J.L. Rat was awarded the accolades of a deserving champion.
Today we honor Plainfield's all-time leading winner, J.L. Rat, affectionately known as the Rat, upon his retirement following one of the most remarkable careers in Greyhound racing history. In less than 3 years, J.L. Rat compiled the remarkable total of 120 career victories, which is 4th all-time in Greyhound racing history. His determined chase of 100 career wins in the summer of 1991 at Plainfield will forever be remembered as one of the most exciting pursuits in Plainfield history. Over the course of his career, J.L. Rat started 166 times, won 120 races for a career win percentage of 72%. He placed 18 times and he showed 5 times. Here on the track today we have, of course, J.L. Rat, along with all of his followers and supporters and those who love him primarily the Murphy family, Ken and Maria from the John Lingle Kennel. And on behalf of Plainfield Greyhound Park, Karen Kinsman, and all of us here, we'd like to salute the Lingle Kennel, the Murphy family, and everyone involved with J.L. Ratt for having one of the greatest greyhounds race here at Plainfield history. We thank you very much. Let's have a nice hand of applause for J.L. Ratt. Over the course of his career, J.L. Ratt achieved a number of accomplishments. He was the 1989 Plainfield King and Queen champion. He was the 1989 Plainfield Sprint champion. He was a member of the 1989 All-Plainfield team. In 1990, he was also the Plainfield King and Queen champion, the People's Choice champion in 1990. In 1990, he led the nation in victories with 42 wins. He was the Plainfield Track champion that year with a record of 44, 37, 5, and 1. He was the captain of the 1990 All-Plainfield team and a nominee to the American Greyhound Track Operators Association All-American team. In 1990, J.L. Ratt was also a finalist in the $100,000 Grady Sprint Championship at Wonderland. And in 1991, he won his third King and Queen Championship here at Plainfield. He was also, again, the Plainfield Track champion with a remarkable total of 50 victories and 64 starts in 1991, the most victories in 1 year ever at Plainfield. He was again the captain of the All-Plainfield team in 1991, and again an AGTOA All-American nominee. Also in 1991, he was a finalist in both the $55,000 Coors Superstar Invitational in Multnomah, Oregon, and a finalist in the $50,000 New Hampshire Sweeps at Hinsdale. J.L. Ratt.
J.L. Ratt's career is in the record books, but perhaps more than the numbers, J.L. Ratt will be remembered as a unique champion, a champion who consistently rose to the occasion when many doubted his ability, a champion who perhaps lacked the greatest speed or finest closing kick, for example, but who undoubtedly possessed the heart of a winner and the wily knack for seeing daylight and finding the front of the pack when few others could. Thanks, J.L. Ratt, and thank you for watching. For Plainfield Greyhound Park, I'm Dennis Buden.